The Ynez Valley Humane Society was founded in the early 80s, and it was just a group of volunteers back in that day, and they were trying to deal with the stray animal population in the Ynez Valley. It was a grassroots organization at the very beginning, and after a few years they realized they needed to build a shelter. They started a fundraising campaign in 1983 to raise $150,000 to buy the piece of land that our shelter sits on today. It's a pretty amazing history. The shelter's been expanded a couple of times. In March of 2020, the merger between DOG and the Ynez Valley Humane Society began.
DOG had been in existence since 1991. DOG always had a mission to provide a loving and caring environment until we could find the dogs their permanent homes. And Santa Ynez had much of the same philosophy. When the county decided they couldn't renew our lease after 25 years, DOG was in a situation of what do we do? Merging the two organizations, how great would that be for the animals?
Bringing it all together really made one larger, much financially stronger organization and brought a whole new wealth of new ideas and talent to our group.
We have more resources. We have more expertise across the whole county. Instead of just being in northern Santa Barbara County, we now have a presence in southern Santa Barbara County as well.
And if you think about that time frame, it was right literally when the pandemic began. All the animal organizations were facing challenges we had never faced before. This was new ground for all of us. And the strength that we had was that we had combined resources of both organizations. We've already done a big renovation of our play yards, new fencing and artificial turf. These are things we wouldn't have been able to talk about a few years ago.
It's grown tremendously over the need for animals to be sheltered, and we've really grown our community outreach and the amount of animals that have come into our shelter every year. We take in owner surrenders to help out the community. We also transport animals in from our county shelter to help them out and make more room for stray animals.
You will often see, you'll see our van roll in, and when those animals come off that van, they are on their way to a better life.
We provide sheltering for animals, we provide resources, education for the people and the animals in the community.
We try to be very transparent about each and every animal, whether they have behavioral issues or medical. We want to be upfront about those things because we know that that's going to lead to the best long-term situation.
There's something special about this place. I've always felt like they cared just as much as we did about his health and his well-being. So what higher compliment there is to find people that care about your dog as much as you do.
And it's a two-way street. It's important that you understand the dog that you're going to give a home to so that there's a good chance that I will have a happy experience and the dog will have a forever home.
That's what our mission is to create happy endings and better answers and a better life for those animals.
When you adopt an animal from us, you put in an application first. The kennel manager or adoption counselor will review the application and then call landlord and get everything approved. Once everything's approved, we do schedule appointments. Our dogs are brought out. You can meet several dogs at the same time. Our dogs are brought out to the back of our facility into one of our beautiful new yards.
We have 7 yards now, which full turf on all of the yards and complete fencing. Not only can we have more than 3 dogs out, we can have play groups with multiple dogs because we have more yard space, and that creates more enrichment for them and socialization with other dogs so that they can be placed in a home with another dog. And that just makes them more adoptable animals in the long run. Then our cat room, they get to socialize with each other and play. That's what our patio is for, and they get to, breathe the fresh air because it is kind of like an outdoor setting. And then a lot of our volunteers for the cats just go in there and sit with them and play with them with their little toys and all of that good stuff.
This place is just an amazing place, and they get the most one-on-one time with the staff, the cleanest facility, just the best care, and I just really like what they're doing here.
We make sure all those animals are taken care of, but we also offer a public clinic, and it's a low-cost clinic, which I think is a very important component of veterinary medicine.
We also provide to the community is a mom spay program. If a person has an accidental litter of cats or dogs, we take the puppies and the kittens at 8 weeks old, and then we spay the moms for free. We do spay, neuters, and dentals as surgeries, and we do blood work for those as well. IV catheter, we also provide microchipping, which is really important to reunite the pets back to their owners in case they get out or get lost.
Well, a big component of our outreach that we are doing is also increasing our foster program, and the foster program is just so essential. Having them in a home alone is a huge component of keeping them healthy or getting them back to good health.
As a foster, the San Ynez Valley Humane Society just want to make it as easy on the animals and easy on us and as successful of an experience as it can be.
It's so easy to work alongside them and help them out in the way that we can is because they affirm and love the animals just as much as we do.
There's no way one person can do it all. So to have that outreach of different families who are willing to volunteer, any baby that can be fostered in a home is going to bridge that gap even better and make them more adoptable, which is ultimately the goal for the Humane Society.
And then we do also offer a foster to adopt program. So if a foster comes in and they are fostering an animal and they could have the intent to adopt that animal, they get to house the animal for usually 5 to 7 days to see if it's a good fit for their family.
We also have programs that we work on together. The outreach that we do in the community, offering classes for elementary students and doing like the Junior Vet Club program. When you have a passion and when I think you're a part of something that you can see is making a difference, it's almost becomes infectious.
We need to continue to grow and expand to be able to save as many animals as we can.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to give them what they need to move on to the next step, which is to provide them a forever home.
It's only just the beginning.